Welcome to Read Me Next, a book club of Make It a Podcast.
where we have lots of feelings and no qualifications. So this is a bonus episode, something new we haven't done before. What are we talking about, Pili?
We're talking about Brimstone by Callie Hart.
Brimstone, man. We were so excited to do this one, too. There was no way we were just going to let it come out and not do some type of episode.
No, especially how Quicksilver ended. We're like, no, we actually need to read this right now.
Oh, my God.
So we came here with a bonus episode this week that nobody asked for, but we're doing it anyway.
We're going to do it. We are here anyways. But, okay, so what are the tropes of this one?
I would say it's like still enemies to lovers, still romantasy.
It's just like continuing the story, right?
Yeah. So we left Quicksilver off with her basically being half fae, half vampire, and she was going to get coordinated as the queen of the vampires. And that's how the Quicksilver ended.
Yep. It's like, oh, yeah, no, the day after tomorrow is your coronation.
What? So we're like, immediately start listening to Brimstone. So we listened to this one too.
Immediately.
Shout out Hoopla again.
Shout out Hoopla.
Yeah, so it was on there. We listened to it. It's still Anthony Palmini and Stella Bloom, the narrators.
Thank you. Yeah, so I really liked that it was the same people. Like, I didn't have to get used to somebody else talking. One thing that we did notice that it's not on Kindle Unlimited yet. I don't know how that works if it comes out right away and it doesn't release automatically on Kindle Unlimited. Not sure how that works. But yeah, this one's not on Kindle Unlimited, but Quicksilver was when we read it. That was harder for me this time to listen and not be able to go in and read the names and kind of keep track like that. So I will say that made this listening round a little more difficult for me.
I agree. This one, I don't think was as good as Quicksilver.
Same.
For me personally, it was very long. It was too long. It shouldn't have been that long.
It was long. It was long. Remember, we went to Target and we saw how thick this book was. I was like, no way, we're reading that.
No, yeah, it was thick.
It was thick.
But also, I just feel like there was like 20 unnecessary chapters in there.
Okay, I will say this one is one of the ones that you would talk about. Like, you need to plot thicken it. Like, this one was about the things that were happening.
But I think there was too many plots. There was too many directions that it was going in.
Okay, I like that you're saying that because I had like similar thoughts. There was just so much going on all the time. Well, not even all the time. Like in the beginning, it was a little slow. I have to say this one.
Yeah.
I remember like you told me, you were like, yeah, this one's harder for me to get through than Quicksilver. 100%. I like the series, but it was harder for me to want to listen to it all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I think, at least for me, I remember vividly listening to chapters like 14 through 18, and I'm like, ooh, okay, we're back in it. And then that just kind of trailed off.
Dwindled a little bit again.
It dwindled a lot of bit until like chapter 38.
Yes. Yeah, you told me.
Because I remember I texted you and I'm like, if something doesn't happen quickly, I'm going to get really, like, I'm
turned off.
This is really hard for me to finish it.
Yeah.
And then right in chapter 38, that's where everything picked up again. And it was like 38 to the end.
Yeah. For me, like the 30s was definitely it. Like even the beginning 30s, like you said, like something was happening towards, that latter half of the book. But you're right. A lot of the beginning was a lot of nothingness. I don't want to say nothingness because there was a lot of things you needed to know.
I don't know.
Or you don't think so?
I don't necessarily think you need to. I think she tried to fit a lot into this book. There was a lot of different things that were happening, but also like not a lot was happening. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Like that, the first like 75% of the book, like not a lot happened, but like a lot of things happened.
Literally.
It's so weird to describe.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. So what did you rate it?
I rated it a 4.
Okay. I also rated it a 4.
Yeah? I was close to 4.5 because the ending really did it for me. I loved the ending.
You did love that ending.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, but I can't justify like 20 chapters that were unnecessary. And then Spice-O-Meter?
Spice-O-Meter, I was like 3.5, 4.
Yeah, I put 4 too.
Yeah, it wasn't really there for me. I don't know. The spice. So there was some really good parts, but I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just get talking about the book because I'm like, I want to say things, but I'm not saying them. All right. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
We're getting in there.
You want to talk about the book?
Yeah, you go ahead and start and then I'll bounce off you.
Okay. All right, so it starts off and she's getting coronated as Queen of the Vampires. And there's this thing that they have 5 Lords of Midnight, as the vampires usually do, of course.
Yeah.
So Taladeus is one. Zovina is another woman. There's an old bitch. I don't know what her name is.
The old bitch is actually the youngest, right?
The old bitch is actually the youngest. There's the Hazrax, and this is like some weird mystery ancient being that nobody knows what the hell he is.
He's silent.
He's silent and creepy as hell. He's just the Watcher.
Yeah.
He's basically a stalker.
Yeah, literally. Follows you around or something.
And then the 5th guy is Areth. Who ends up getting murdered by Kingfisher during that coronation because he tried to kill Ceres.
I mean, as he should be murdered. What are you doing at the coronation? What?
Are we going to murder her?
Yeah, I think that was random as fuck. Why the fuck is he dying?
No, I think that's gonna come back,
No.
especially because of the end.
For sure. It's coming back. But, like, I'm like, do you think you were not gonna get murdered or something?
No, I felt like there was a purpose for that. She sprinkled that in.
Okay.
His death was not necessary, but also necessary.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Okay. So after the coronation, Ceres goes to visit Everlane, who is still in a coma, right? At this point, when she's going to comfort her, Everlane pretty much just starts convulsing and starts talking, but it's actually Adina, who is Kingfisher and Everlane's mom, and starts telling her about this special book. And there's this special book of guests that's, we don't know what it's about yet, or do we?
Well, no, but she's basically an oracle. I think she does mention, like, she's going to need it for, like, whatever lies ahead or something like that.
Something like that. And Ceres is not supposed to tell Kingfisher about it.
Right.
Which ends up being some big old test that she fails and then passes at the end of the day. Whatever. But this book is supposed to teach her how to be an alchemist and kind of, like, what to do. And she's not allowed to look forward into it. She's not allowed to skip through it. She's not allowed to do anything but read the book in the order.
She said, don't skip ahead.
Yeah.
You cannot skip ahead.
Which, was a good point, because I would have.
Something important that happens there is that she tells her that she needs to seal her ruins because they're, like, messing with her.
Yep.
It's too much magic for her.
Yep.
She needs to seal them.
Did we ever seal them?
Not yet.
Interesting.
Anyways, okay, so once that happens, then there's also this, like, rot that's infesting the land. And so that's kind of where the book breaks off, where Lorith and Ceres are on a mission to try to figure out how to close these ruins. And basically all of the things to be an alchemist,
Yeah.
They're just, like, gathering information, basically.
Yeah, because there was no information anywhere else about being an alchemist, I guess.
Except that library that they had in Amontreya. And then Kingfisher and Carrion, they go to Sylvarin to basically get some silver.
And bring back Hayden.
We forgot about Hayden.
Yeah.
Fuck Hayden.
At this point, we could have forgotten him from the beginning.
We literally should have left him in Sylvarin. But anyways, he's going to make a comeback and be annoying, I'm assuming.
Be annoying as fuck, probably.
Yeah. That's where some things start happening in the book. It was really funny. I did like the bromance that happened between Carrion and Kingfisher.
Yeah, it got kind of cute.
It did get really cute. It also, I feel like Kingfisher in this book, he showed a little bit more.
I was going to say personality. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, I really like the part where they were at Carrion's, like, grandma or fake grandma's funeral and he hugged him. That was cute.
Gracia?
Gracia.
That was sad as heck.
That was so sad, but it was really cute. And he's like, no, I get it. Like, it happens.
Yeah.
And he was through all of these women dying in his life.
So then he was the last Swift. So sad.
So that was really sad. And stupid Hayden was there.
Yeah. And then they went back to his apartment and he saw all the drawings. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute.
Okay, and so then that's the part where Kingfisher's like, do you love her?
Ooh, which was like a big bomb for me in the audio, because in the audio you can't skip through, obviously. So it was like, do you love her? I was like,
no, I was like holding my breath and I'm like, Carrion?
Me too.
Watch what you're going to say.
No, but his response was perfect.
So cute.
Made me sad for him, obviously. Yeah. I'm hoping we're going to get the background on the human that he loved. Maybe one day, like, he'll slip in a little bit of information, because I think that human broke his heart or something happened. I don't know. I would like to know who broke Carrion, because now he's obviously some playboy, doesn't care about people's feelings like that. So whatever. And Kingfisher, like, really understood that.
Which I really like. Because he was obsessive possessive, but then he understood that they were friends.
Yeah. No, and I really liked how he explained, like, I felt like I could feel Kingfisher in that moment, because the way she wrote it, she was like, my chest, like, caved in when he said yes. And I was like, oh my God, me too.
we were all holding our breath.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is not going to become a love triangle, right?
No. I was so glad it wasn't a love triangle.
Bro, I was nervous it was going to be another love triangle with Tao at some point.
Oh, yeah, because, okay, so they made that a thing in the book where it was mate versus maker.
Yeah.
Because Tal's the one that turned her into a vampire.
And Carrion even mentioned something about it.
Yeah. He's like, you can feel Tal, but you can't feel Fisher. And she's like, it's not the same thing. But yeah. We're kind of like suspicious of Tal throughout Quicksilver and now throughout Brimstone.
Same.
He tells Ceres, he's like, okay, do you mind if we just break our bond? And she was like, yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, what are his motives?
Same.
I'm like, it was making me real nervous about Tal. Are you a double agent? What the fuck is going on?
Are you a double agent?
Are you evil? What?
I don't know. I just feel like the whole thing was weird. with the maker and the bond. You know, I'm happy that they did get rid of each other, obviously.
So then, actually going back to Carrie and Kingfisher, after they were in the apartment, they're like led by this man who's telling them he's going to lead them to Silver, like leads them to a trap, a demon trap. Carrie's like, can you just kill me now? Carrie was so funny. And I like that Kingfisher, the whole thing with the bromance. He's like, if I leave him here, Sarah's going to be so mad at me that I didn't save her best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that happens. So this is like what I'm saying. Like, that's like chapters 14 through 18 when they're in the demon trap. And then at the same time, Saris is attacked by this random person.
This random vampire.
And we're just like, who the hell is that? What is going on? And she's like, tell me who you are. And then she like, with her magic, she like implodes half of the library.
That was funny.
That was crazy.
That's why she needed them ruins sealed.
Literally. For real. She could not control her magic. And then all of a sudden, this is what I love this. I love this about books, right? This happened twice in the book. She's like, who are you? And in my head, I'm like, could it be? Is it gonna be? And then it's like, and Lorith is behind him. And I'm like, is it Foley? It's like, hello, Foley. And I'm like, oh my God, it is Foley.
Yep, that was a good part. That was a really good anticipation moment for me.
I love the anticipation when you're like predicting, like as it, like in real time, you're like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
And you're like, holy fuck, it is.
No, and the same thing happened to me with Renfis.
Oh, me too. That motherfucker.
At the freaking gate.
No. Me too. At the freaking gate, I'm like, this better not be who I think it is. And this man was like very accenty. I'm like, this motherfucker it is.
He's like, you should have told us that you were coming back. We would open the gate for you. I'm like,
no.
But I love like predicting it in real time. I'm like, ain't no way we're getting Renfis back. Is this where this motherfucker's been this entire time?
Literally. Just chilling. I mean, probably not just chilling, but
he was protecting the portal. But
anyways.
And that was so funny. I loved that. Both times in the book, that's like, I was like, okay. I was like excited.
True.
So anyways, they're at Adjin. Renfis opens the gate and they're like, okay, the new portals. Like there's another portal that's open and it's not Quicksilver. We don't know what it is. And Kingfisher and Saris are about to step in and she's like, where the fuck are we going? And Kingfisher's basically like, I don't know what it's called, but I call it hell. And I'm like, oh shit. God.
Like literally.
Here we go.
Okay, so they step into this portal, and of course, they're met with the one and only fire-breathing dragon, Arisen, who is the mother of
Namshakrai, the dragon that he killed in Adjin Gate.
Like 10,000 years ago.
God damn it. So then after that, Kingfisher's like, okay, I'm here to pay for my crimes. Take me to your master. And she's like, you don't know what the fuck my master is? And he's like, oh yeah, I do. It's Styx, god of shadows. So they are basically transported to this place where they're dangling from their feet.
Weird.
Saris wakes up and she's like, Kingfisher, can you wake the fuck up? And he's like knocked out. He finally wakes up and these two figures, these two men basically come to them. They seem to be like the big kahunas of this underworld. And what were their names? Crave and what was the other guy?
Gilthran.
Okay, yeah. So these two guys, they are basically just like talking shit. Like, just wait, like y'all are about to die. You're going to pay for killing Namshakrai.
Literally, you don't know the torture that you're going to go through.
This bitch is going to get it too. It was a whole thing.
No, and they also mentioned you're also going to pay for killing ¿Cómo se llama?
Aerith?
Aerith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other Lord of Midnight from the beginning of the book. And so literally Kingfisher's like, this is how the book literally ends. The last sentence in the book, Kingfisher says, I've come for a dragon, as is my right. Summon our father and tell him I've come to make a trade.
No.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what? No. I literally got to that part and I was like, our father?
Excuse me? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Because also they said they were like the yielder of that sword or whatever has to be a half god. Also, they said that. And I was like, Fisher. At this point, we have more questions than answers. Kaiden,
she's leaving us with so many like cliffhangers, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
So like, I guess Kingfisher is like a semi-god or something?
Yeah.
Because is his dad Styx? That's what I'm getting.
Because he had shadows. The dad.
He did have shadows.
They told that story about the mom.
I don't know, but Kingfisher obviously knows more than what he's leading on. Poor Saris, he's like, sorry, I didn't prepare you for this. What? Yeah, no, you fucking didn't. What? Our father.
That's
okay.
Insane.
And so also, are we going to get dragons in book 3?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Low key.
Okay, and then also something that I wanted to point out that I don't know if you caught. So the last chapter of Adina's book is at the White Cliffs. Remember?
Yep.
And it says, read this at the trade.
At the trade.
And Kingfisher's literally last sentence says, I've come to make a trade.
Ooh.
What the trade is, I don't know.
Ooh, yep, you're right.
But I'm just like, what?
She's going to have the Oracle's guidance, at least at this part.
Yeah, but I'm like, does she have the book with her?
Bro, she has to.
She has to. She
Ain't
keeps
no
that
way.
shit everywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
so going back, what did you think about her resurrecting Onyx? I didn't like that.
That was literally that. Wow, this is a really random question to ask at this moment. Not gonna lie, Bailey, but
Sorry.
Same.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I think that's real cute. You know, like summon a little bit of your magic. That was fine for me. But when she starts explaining that, like, this is probably the only time she's ever gonna use this ruin she has on her hand, and the guy, literally Hazrax, was like warning her, like, hey, you're not gonna be able to help anybody else or your friends tear away from their oath or whatever just to save the fox. And I'm like, okay, I love Onyx. I do. I love the little fox, but it wasn't very leaderly of you, Saris.
Absolutely not. No, I was like, I agree. Onyx, I love me a good pet moment in a book. So cute.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use all of your magic, especially with this fucking guy telling you, bitch, you're going to have to save your friends. And he's literally telling you without telling you.
Literally, if the watcher who watches all the things is telling you, hey, maybe think about this.
Don't try to resurrect the stupid fox. She fucking resurrected him. I know that she's going to come back to bite her in the ass.
Also, I don't know, towards the end of the book, Hazrak was really weird, but I didn't really see him as a terrible guy or a terrible being. Like, I don't feel like he was evil, right?
I didn't think he was evil.
He was just like factual a little bit, right?
He was chilling.
Just like a bargain guy. You help me and I'm gonna help you type of thing.
Yeah, also she was like really mean to him for no reason.
Okay, right? Because I was like, she's so mean to this guy. He wasn't inherently mean.
Maybe he was just really, really creepy.
Yeah, maybe like
she
the whole
was like put off by his like black eyes
being
and weird ass like teeth.
For real.
But yeah,
I wanted to say that because I feel like in the books coming, like I feel like he's gonna be somebody that she goes to for, I don't know about help or guidance.
He's gonna be her therapist.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be like somebody that she talks to.
That's too funny.
Her old boy Hazrax.
Yeah. Dr. Hazrax, the stalker. Yeah, I was just like, girl, what are you doing?
Eris, come on. That was a little bit much there.
That was a little far-fetched for me. Like, just let the fox die.
Yeah. I agree.
And like, I'm like, you're gonna also like when they were at like that weird dreamland or whatever, and the Hazrax was there, and I think it was like in college, no? She's like, okay, don't come back for 10 years. We're being a little like too much right now.
Yeah. Being a little childish. Mm-hmm. You know how everybody in the book was like, you child girl? She was being that. The entire fucking book. I was like, you know what? You guys might be onto something.
Yeah, I'm like, why do you care if he's watching you? Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? Yeah, she was really unnaturally mean to him. You know what? Yeah. Me reading, I'm like, he's not that bad.
He's really like, he's not bad at all.
Okay, cool. Interesting.
Oh, I also really like the part where Foley becomes Lord of Night.
Oh, that's cute.
That was a great part because she was like, oh, we have a sixth person to come and present themselves. And it ended up being Foley. It was so good. And then all of a sudden that same night, the Taladeas just commits genocide.
Literally.
We're so confused. What the fuck is going on with all these vampires?
That's what everybody wanted to do. But, he took it upon himself to do it and die.
Then he like tried to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't do that. They saved him.
They saved him. He tried to commit suicide almost again.
Yeah.
Poor Tal. I really liked him. I feel like he was the one telling her about her ruins and stuff too. How she could be a healer, this and that. I feel like he was like a good guy.
He was super nice. He got the shit under the stick.
Every time, I feel like. Yeah. Because not only that, also like when they threw in that he left Everlane for Sylvina and Sylvina was a piece of shit. Like, come on, Tal.
That was a good part of his history.
Yeah.
Because like Kingfisher's telling Sarah, he literally left Everlane the day before their wedding.
Insane.
To go like pledge his allegiance to Malcolm.
To be with Sylvina.
And she could not give one fuck about him.
She did not give a fuck about him.
I hated that. But then I really liked the part where Saris and Carrion go to Tal's room.
Yeah.
And he's literally having a fucking orgy. And
literally.
It was so cute with Carrion. He's asking him to like join him or something. And he's like, I don't lean that way. And he's like, don't I know it? I could tell you don't lean this way.
No, not Carrion being like our very open king.
I loved it.
Like Tal walked away and he was just looking him up and down, and Saris was like, Carrion.
Yeah, he's like, he wouldn't have walked around naked if he didn't want me staring at his ass.
Love Carrion. That was so funny. That's good.
And Tal's like, he's right. I really liked Carrion.
Yeah, he just brought the good out of most people.
Yeah.
Kingfisher was hard to come around.
I feel like that was also a big thing that I was kind of left like, fuck, because the last few chapters of the book, it's just Saris and Kingfisher. We don't get anything about Carrion, nothing about Lorith.
That's what I was about to say.
Like, really? Like, nothing.
So the last time we see Lorith and Carrion was when Saris realized that she could go see Dania right? To knock her out, essentially.
Yeah.
So she can go back to that dream state and find Fisher somehow.
Literally, yeah.
And that was when Carrion was like pretty much deciding if he was going to take the throne or not.
That was literally the last time we saw them. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Carrion and Lorith POV right now.
For real. So, I mean, obviously, we do think Carrion's taking it, right?
I just thought Carrion initially was so funny in that part. So Lorith is like, be wise what you say, because if you acknowledge it, then you're going to have to fight Belicon for it. And he's just like, I am Carrion Swift. I like your horns. I died. He was so funny.
He was so funny. No, and then Saris is like, God, there's somebody here. We're taking notes. This is going to be written down for the end of time. The first time the Dianthus comes to speak to his people, I like your horns.
Literally.
That's so freaking funny.
So funny.
I really do think Archer, like, kind of put those seeds in him that he can do it, that people do like him. That Archer, you know, he might be my favorite character in this entire book.
That was a great part. Way to instill confidence in Carrion. Because Carrion's like, these people could give two shits about me. And he's like, you're totally wrong, my guy. And he was like so serious, so confident.
Passionate.
He was so passionate about it. It was really cute.
Yeah. I will have to say, like, Carrion was real down in this book. Like, towards the end of the book, he was just like, like when he was cold at that one part, and he was like, I'm just getting to sit around. He was like waiting, and thankfully Fisher came around and was like, no, you're coming with us type of thing. But like he was really down and noticing that like he was not part of these people.
Yeah.
Which was kind of sucky because Carrion is that guy.
He is that guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I hope we get to see more of Carrion and Lorith.
100%. What the hell happened to them? Yeah. There was one part that made me laugh that Kingfisher was like, they're gonna, like, he was talking to Saris, and you know, he's like, they're gonna smell me all over her. And then it's his POV, and he's like, it's not very progressive of me, I know. That made me laugh. I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, I do like those. Can you imagine if that was real? Like, if real life, you can smell sex on you. And I know, like, if you walk into a room, you can smell sex. Like, I get it. Like, imagine if you can smell, like, that deeply that as soon as you walk into a room, everybody knows what you were doing.
Like you could start smelling when somebody gets horny.
Oh my God.
That's too funny.
That is crazy.
Also, Belicon throwing Kingfisher in this random ass portal.
No, actually, sorry. That was another part that had me, what the fuck? I think I sent you a GIF when it was that part. When it was like, I hear something. He was like, I'm back, dog. I was like, oh my God, Belicon is back.
And that's how his chapter ended.
Yes.
And then we didn't get Kingfisher chapters for like another 4 or 5 chapters.
He was missing.
I hated that.
That shit had me jaw drop because I did not see that coming at all at that point.
Yeah, I was like, come here, dog. And
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That was a great place to put it.
I like that part.
Yeah.
I like that part a lot.
Because it's like, we knew he was somewhere with Belicon. But yeah, not only that part, but then also like that we learned that he was the one that threw Kingfisher when he was 11 years old into this mystery portal that we don't know what the hell is happening.
Belicon is such a bitch.
But we don't know what happened to Kingfisher when he was that young.
He just came back.
In hell, basically. Poor guy.
Poor Kingfisher. That was another thing we found out at the end of the freaking book.
What?
That.
Oh, yeah.
That it was Belicon who did that.
Yeah. We also learned his name in this book.
Kaiden.
And it was funny. People were like, his name is Kingfisher.
Literally, yeah, that was another big thing that people were like, why are we just changing the name at the end of the book?
And like sticking to it.
Yeah.
Like they didn't call him Kingfisher once after that.
They better get married now. I knew when an Archer was like, don't touch that bird. That was very important to Lady Adina. I was like, okay, somebody just look under this dang thing. It has to have something to do with something. I already knew that.
That's too funny.
Yeah. I was like, this bird is going to come back at some point. Why can't we just look at it now? But lo and behold, it had his name under it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cute that he was named after the birds. That was nice.
That was cute.
Mm-hmm. I also thought it was cute that there was a butterfly on the book because he called her Osha, which is the butterfly.
I like that.
That was really cute too.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember when the Quicksilver, way at the beginning of the book, the Quicksilver asked her for something and she's like, I'm not giving you that. And they're like, find a memory. And she's like, okay, fine, a memory about Hayden. And then it was that. And so and she forgot what it was. And I'm like, I wonder if that's going to come back to bite her in the ass too.
You see, like, a lot of things happen in this book when we're just not tracking right now. It's really hard.
And we just finished it.
And I literally finished it when I got here.
Yeah, there was too much going on.
Yeah.
It did end on a good note. Fucking
say that.
book 3 comes out next year. So we're definitely going to have to reread them. But it ended well.
I will say, though, I think it's weird that there wasn't as much like Quicksilver in the book. Like it wasn't bothering Kingfisher a lot. And I know they were like working on that with Taylena and stuff. And I was like, dang, that was like the entire last book. Like we couldn't have gotten a little bit more of that. Yeah, whatever. I guess it was really more about her being alchemist, but Quicksilver was the thing that brought her to this.
I agree. I think it was a lot about like the ruins and stuff like that.
Which I get it. You know what? No, I'm sorry. The book is called Brimstone and we barely even get anything about it. I'm like, wait a minute.
So true.
Like, all we know about Brimstone is the fire sprites have it and they can't use it from the fire sprites,
Yeah,
right?
and then it
And
stops the rot.
it stops the rot, which is a very valid point. And that the dragons have it.
Yep.
That's it, right? That's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's all we got about Brimstone.
And now fucking Kingfisher wants a dragon. As is his right.
As this is right. What is he gonna trade?
I don't know. Is he like gonna, he's like, yo, dad, Styx, God of Shadows, I'm back, bitch. Give me my dragon. I'll help you out with your war or something. I don't know.
So is his dad the devil? Is that what this means since he's down there in hell?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
I hope not.
No. I mean, it is kind of giving devil, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you know?
Like, because he was a god, maybe got outcast. He's like, go to the underworld, my guy. Go to Diaxis.
Mm-hmm.
Serve there.
Definitely a book that we're left with more questions than answers.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this is only a trilogy.
Yeah, I was going to say that earlier too, because how are we going to get a lot of Carrion and Lorith if there's only one book left?
God damn, this last book is going to be like 800 pages.
I don't know, man.
I feel like ACOTAR is winning now.
I'm feeling off, yeah. I don't know. This one didn't do so much for me because I'm confused. Obviously, if you can't tell.
Well, that's what I saw. I saw a TikTok. Like, you obviously have mixed feelings for a book that's in the middle of the series. Because it's like, it's going to leave you with more questions than answers.
Yeah, but the fact that this is a trilogy, like you said, like how long is this third book going to be to give us all these answers?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, we're confused. Should we get to our Goodreads reviews?
Yeah, I want to see what people were saying.
So, starting off with a 1 star. It's a long review, but I got a couple things highlighted. Marion Swift is the MVP of this disjointed, overly complicated, overly long, fairly charmless mess of a book. And then it goes on to say, for such a popular series, the audiobook narration is shockingly bad. The male narrator, Anthony Palmini, mispronounces words, pauses in odd places, and puts the wrong emphasis on the wrong words. And then she goes on to say the female narrator, Stella Bloom, only seems capable of a whining monotone. Every word out of her mouth sounds flat, yet somehow also urgent and upset. Which I thought was funny. But I will say, this book had a lot more Old Fae in it, like that language.
Yeah.
And I don't think the male narrator was good at it at all.
No?
It sounded not good to me at all. Like, it was just bad to me.
I think harassing the narrators is a little much.
Same.
Also, you want to know something funny? How we always say, I laugh when I realize this, when we always say when the man speaks for the man, the woman speaks for the woman. Supposedly, that's called a duet. Bitch. What kind of book podcast is this? We didn't even know that was what it was called. So now from now on, we can like use proper terminology for it.
Terminology for our book podcast. We're so very professional.
Love it.
Thank you, Pili, for that news.
Of
Okay, so this was a 2-star review. And then it starts off saying, I cannot express how disappointed I am. There is generally nothing worse than the anticipation, only to be met with one long stretch of filler. So then it goes, after a bunch of stuff, it goes, then there's the narrative device that made me want to fling the book across the room. It says, then the character explained the big secret to me, and suddenly I understood everything, except we don't get the explanation. So I did feel like that happened a couple times in this book, where it was like they were in a circle or something, and it was like Lorith understood what was happening. Then it looks like Kingfisher caught on, something like that. But so everybody started to know everything at the same time, but us. That happened a bunch of times in the book, I feel like. And I was like, always like, okay, let's move on a little bit more until we can figure out what the hell happened. It took like 5 minutes, I feel like, from once they figured out a solution or a problem or whatever to get to us knowing what it was.
That happened for a very long time when Lorith told Saris what he thought the plan would be to get the Brimstone.
Exactly.
We didn't learn that until the last chapter.
Exactly. I still don't know the plan.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I like that review for that. Okay, this one's funny. This is a 3-star review, and it goes, Brimstone honestly felt like someone shook a snow globe of plot threads and just let them fall wherever. There was so much happening, yet somehow nothing was actually happening, and my brain was doing cartwheels trying to figure out which storyline I was supposed to care about. Yep. Yeah. That was like a quality review there.
Yeah.
Because it's so true. Like, I agree. Like, maybe I rated it more than a 3. I did a 4 because I like, I do like the plot of the book, but it was so much at the same time all the time. This one says 4 stars. I need to process because what the fuck with that ending? Literally us. All right, so this is a 5-star, and it says, I've managed to process and organize my thoughts after screaming internally for a day. Callie Hart did not disappoint, and she delivered a strong, thrilling follow-up to Quicksilver. It's such an amazing feeling to step into the sprawling world of Evelia once again. It says a bunch of things, and it goes, I know I was complaining about the lack of Renfis, Everlane, and Lorith and Brimstone, but I'm so glad we got more of Tal and especially Carrion. I can't wait to witness his growth, magic, and journey in the next book. I'm just nervous we're not going to get that.
I'm thinking, what if she does Fae and Alchemy following Sarah's and Kingfisher, and then she spins it off for a series for Carrion?
I don't know. That's going to take forever.
We're never going to get Carrion's
We're
story.
literally never going to get Carrion's story. Okay, so then another 5-star. Listen, I love Quicksilver, but somehow this was even better. The characters, the plot, the world, the romance, everything just leveled up. I'm reeling. I tried to savor this, but simply I couldn't. I inhaled this. Okay, and then it goes, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't go into too much detail, but that ending, guys, I had to reread that last chapter 3 times to understand the significance of it fully, and I'm not going to lie, I still have so many questions. Yeah. Okay. So then I don't know. I feel like, how are you rating this a 5-star with that many questions? I don't know.
I think Quicksilver was better.
I do think Quicksilver was better.
I think the ending of Brimstone was really good.
It was really good.
It picked up at the end.
But like this said, like you did have to, I would have had to reread it several times if I could.
And I'm sure we missed a lot.
Yeah. 100%. Like, which part was which part was first, trying to like figure all this stuff out. But yeah. Well, overall, still definitely a good book. But I'm excited for the third one, which comes out when, do we know?
I think in November of next year.
Yeah. So looks like we'll probably read this again before that.
100%. Also, something interesting that I found that I sent you, Netflix is going to do the adaptation of Quicksilver into a movie.
Cool. I would watch the hell out of that.
Yeah, same. We don't know anything about it, though. No release date, no casting, no nothing.
I would be excited to watch that because I still do get the vibes of Marvel.
I just get really nervous. Like, here's my thing for ACOTAR, at least.
Okay.
When I was imagining the characters, and like AI on TikTok is insane for ACOTAR. They look so good. Like
oh God.
Yeah, no.
AI terrifies me. So
no, they look so realistic, and I'm like, if people really look like this, it'd be beautiful. But anyways, what I was thinking is like, if they ever make ACOTAR into like a series, I would want it to be how like Twilight was for those actors, that they'd never really been in anything, and like they got famous because of Twilight.
100%. I did see a link when I clicked it that they were talking about having Henry Cavill be, I don't know if it was supposed to be Kingfisher or what, and I was like, I googled him because I obviously don't know any pop culture. So, and I was like, no, this man cannot be Kingfisher.
But like, they need to expand.
Like, yeah, we need to do exactly what you're saying. We need to go find a beautiful human being and put him in. Nobody knows who he is. He's just some badass motherfucker who's hot as hell, and make him Kaiden, aka Kingfisher.
I agree. All right, so we're gonna have to see what our next romantasy series is.
I did really like this. I did like the fantasy world. That was real cool. I like that there's like a bunch of fighting and stuff. You know, that's always so fun for me.
Oh my gosh, you need to read ACOTAR. It's so fucking good.
All right. One day.
I'm so excited.
So that's the end of our little bonus episode.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this was real random, but we had to jump on this Quicksilver Brimstone recap here because there's just so many things to talk about. We still have so many questions, but I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. Ooh. Read responsibly.
Or don't.